hope you've seen previous videos. Like apps, sorry, my bad. The ones I made before were like long, 40 minutes or even longer. And as I have mentioned in previous videos, there was a problem in only making them, editing them, plus uploading take ages, and then I know like now at the end user like yourselves watching it takes ages, long videos and so I've tried this, like let's see if it works this way. If I make bits and pieces only that, yes, that's what's the problem, because it's all correlated. So let's see it this way, because otherwise it becomes a very long video and concentration problem, which is obvious, it's understandable. Now the first video talking about misunderstandings, the second video talking about the autism itself, a bit of history, and I thought with this video I'll take you through a bit of journey so maybe you can understand and relate with me. My journey. I got diagnosed a few years ago with high functioning autism. I'm not sure, well, in the previous videos you may have noticed, actually it's Asperger, a form of high functioning autism. And as per I mentioned, I'm not sure I mentioned in the previous video, that now they're trying to take Asperger's off. I'm saying this video is to give you an idea that don't worry about those labels, they're always shuffling and juggling. It's always evolving. And how I know that is, I discovered it 15 years ago, by chance watching a film. I love watching Hollywood stuff. I just by chance ran into it. I was going through a Tom Cruise crash course and ran into this one which I didn't even know was about. I mean, I remember it was 15 years ago. I can't exactly remember it mentioned this, anything about autism. It just mentioned a person who have problems with social interactions, yet is good with patterns and logics and numbers. Like, oh, whew, okay. Rain Man, where Dustin Hoffman plays the role of a real-life autistic savant, Kim Peek. Kim Peek just himself died a few years ago. Rest in peace. Now, something I really went on the spot, like, no, this seems to be, because I already knew, I knew long time ago. I had a feeling, I had a thought, and just didn't know what was what. So that was a breakthrough, at least something is there. Next thing on it, I'm trying to research, study about it. I mean, I have a problem, I research a lot, study a lot, I like it. Trying to understand what's what. What is it? What's with me? What's my situation? Why am I the way I am? Why are the other people the way they are? What's the difference? I tried it. It was confusing. And I'm going to be very honest with you, very personal here. This might help you. It was hard. It was very hard to take to begin with, because first in thinking and reading it, like knowing that it's a disability. I won't deny, I cried. I used to cry all by myself. Like as I say, that saying goes, easier to cry in the rain. But it helped. It was very therapeutic. It helped. Well, no, firstly to accept myself as a person with disability. No kidding. Firstly accept myself as one, and then like, what are the people gonna say? How are they gonna take it? How are they gonna laugh? Yeah, that's the impression. That's what they see. And then to that poster boy image of, which is actually severe form of autism, which is autism actually, but as to the standards, mine is Asperger's, high functioning autism. So in the poster boy image is more like it's severe form and it's like more obvious as a person with disability. And in my case, as mostly people have this thing, you tell the normal stuff, you don't look like autistic or you have autism and stuff. Hurts because it's there. Same time, kind of understandable because it's mental, aka hidden disability. So those things were in the way. And meanwhile, I'm trying to even understand what the hell it is. So I try to read here and there. And now I tell you something funny. Now I did my research, fresh research for these videos and my understanding and stuff. And I see it's the same today. Wherever I go and see, I've lived it for about 40 years. And I've been studying it for 15 years, roughly, since I found out about it. And to date, I don't know what they're all about. I see the definition. Wherever you go, I mean, Wikipedia or any government organization, any private place, anything. Actually, most of this is all copy-pasted anyway. It's a neurodevelopmental I mentioned in my previous video. Now I'll tell you another funny thing, a twist. It wasn't until I got diagnosed only a few years ago, in my mid-30s, that I found out about the term called high-functioning autism. Despite all my studies and research, that's the problem. It's not there, right there, clearly, bullet listed, categorized. No, it's not. I mean, the way I read it, even now, oh my. Whole lot of study, whole lot of research, whole lot of breaking down and stuff. Then you kind of get a bit of idea what it exactly is. Nowhere it clearly mentions the whole spectrum. It's autism spectrum disorder. A spectrum of disorders. Huge list. Gets all the more confusing, complicated, and then the thing is, they all correlated. It's not all the symptoms of ADHD are in everyone. Some symptoms are, as I just saw it even said on Wikipedia, that there may be something else. Some of the symptoms. Crisscross. Thank you very much. So it wasn't until diagnosis, and this is the case in case of many of the autistics who said that they got diagnosed as like a bulb turn on. Someone switched on a bulb or something. You can see things a lot more clearly. The day I found out about it, it gave me another milestone. So now I'm all the more clearer in my direction. What am I looking for? My own studies kept going. And with that, I understood where am I heading. Okay, so this is this, that is that. So it enables you to understand yourself and to understand others somehow and somewhat. I spent years, I didn't have anywhere to go for, didn't know there's such thing. I mean, I went for counseling and therapy. That thing was that they didn't know nothing about what I'm on about and stuff. I mean, nothing gave me a clue. Even it took me a year to finally, from beginning to end, to get diagnosed. I went to 3 or 4 psychiatrists, therapists, and they didn't know. I'm just talking a few years ago. To date is what I was meaning in my previous video. People don't exactly know what autism or autism spectrum disorder is. The whole 9 yards. So I'm saying all this, maybe you could relate, could understand, and this is what I'm making all these videos for. So maybe you get an idea and you could relate. So I'm going to go through the videos, I'm going to go through the whole spectrum of disorders, all the 9 yards. So maybe you could get an idea, a bit of understanding, because here you're getting to know about autism from an autistic diagnosed. I'll show you what autism is, what it feels like, what it sounds like. Well, I'm gonna be, I'm one of those rare ones who are doing it and who can do it. I went through a whole lot of self-therapeutic process, my own therapy is taming. I couldn't talk like this a few years ago. I could talk, but not like this. It's all that research, all that going through the process, trying to understand things is what helped me to be able to talk like this. There's hardly any autistic out there, high or low. I mean, forget about low, higher functioning, they're out there doing this. And this is where I realized the whole vacuum of space is where people are getting an absolute wrong idea of what autism is. So what I'm able to do that is what we refer to in our world as masking or disguising. If I'm able to talk to you like this, it's because I've practiced it a lot. I've made dozens and dozens of videos. I literally mean that. Some as long as 5 seconds, some as long as 25, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Made loads and loads of video practicing, going on and on. So be able to talk in a way so the people who are not autistics can understand. Otherwise, if I said something, you're going to be yawning in 5 seconds flat. I watched my own previous videos. I'll be falling asleep, but I just won't fall asleep. Stuck. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm going to be making fun of my own self. So to make it lighter. So you can understand. There's a bit of humor. My main thing is to develop understanding, to break those barriers or bridges. Well, no, not to build bridges. To destigmatize autism. For yourself, it could be anyone. Normal misconception is only 3 or 5 years old can be diagnosed, is 30 or 50 years old are getting diagnosed. For yourself, for your children, for your parents, for your friends, anyone, you'll get to know yourself more as well. You'll get to know your child. You'll get to know what they see, what they feel, what they say, what they're trying to communicate with you. You'll get to know, so there's going to be disguise, but then there's going to be a bit of touch, real touch, to give you an idea what autism looks like, what autism feels like, what it sounds like. Well, it's not autism that sounded like this, just like I said, my medication. See you later.